It's a disgrace.
Yep. So the tradies and all that, they have to pay this congestion charge unless they've got an electric vehicle, which costs, what, $20,000?
And all the tolls.
But what do we care? What do we care? What gets me is that here we are, Rowan, killing ourselves in little Australia, trying to cut our emissions even more and more and more, you know, at God knows what cost. Meanwhile, in the world's biggest emitter by far, it's pedal to the metal. China, which is the biggest coal-fired power station, it's got the most coal-fired power in the world. It's got the biggest emissions in the world. Their emissions are soaring, up 10% on 4 years ago. It's like global warming, really. When you look at these comparisons, us struggling, China going full bore, it's like global warming seems to be a plot almost to make the West poorer and communist China, the dictatorship, richer.
Well, you can drop the almost, Andrew. It is a plot to make the West poorer, and China is riding it up to its eyeballs. As you said, the China Energy, for example, the big coal-fired energy provider there, hundreds of millions of tons of coal they're getting through. They're increasing the amounts because, they need more energy. Surprise, surprise. They're not going to get it from their windmills out in the ocean. And no, they're not going to get it from their solar panels. They need good old-fashioned coal, burning coal to create the energy they need to create the lifestyle that they need and the manufacturing and the industries they need to keep their population. Meanwhile, we're busy destroying all our coal-fired power stations. Now, there should be, Andrew, how in television, if you say X, Y, and Z, you might have to make a disclaimer, say, well, okay, the other side of the argument is this, or if you go and buy a product, there might be a disclaimer on it, batteries not included, or, this wrinkle cream won't actually get rid of wrinkles, something like that. Every time Chris Bowen opens his mouth, there should, by law, be a disclaimer saying it does not matter what we do in Australia. China's emissions are so great, so vast, and always on the increase that we could, and we know this from the chief scientist, Alan Finkel, we could stop every single carbon emission in this country tonight, and it would make not a jot of difference ever to global temperatures, with the disclaimer that China never does it. And that's the truth.
Where are the global warming protesters protesting at the Chinese embassy demanding more effort from China? I never see that.